Interesting. It looks like I've got rid of that black box finally. Yeah, finally. Anyway, so I thought, well, I wanted to do another test anyway because I was fiddling about early today trying to get rid of that black box. And I think I finally got rid of it. It was some kind of widget that was on YouTube, and it had imported it, and it didn't do a damn thing. It did do a damn thing. It basically obscured everything and blocked the video. Anyway, so right, first of all, I've run out of 3D printing material. I run out of plastic, so it's going to be next week now before I can print any more stuff. But this is my turbines. I just wanted to update you on the situation. This is the latest turbine I just did today, and I've acetoned it, and as you can see, it's nice and shiny. And there's another turbine on the other side, so I've stuck them together at the moment. Actually, there's two turbines on here, so yeah, they're nice and true and everything. One's a bit pale because the acetone's got an impurity in it. It has a tendency to make things go white, but I'm not worried about that. So let me just separate them a bit. Right, so these are two of my turbines. Right, it's got a bit of white stuff on. Now, I was explaining earlier, one turbine is got a slightly steeper angle on the blades, so you can't see through it unless it's at an angle. So you can see what I mean. When that's parallel, you can hardly see through it until I tilt it. The other one has got less of a pitch angle on the blades, so you can actually see some light through there. Right, so I've been experimenting with different blade angles. So anyway, so what's basically going to happen when I get this finished, because I have to, you see, I need some more print material because I need to print some more canopies to link these two together, because basically this generates the air pressure using centrifugal force on the fans. Right, so the air is basically drawn in at this end and this motor drives that, and the air comes out, and then this canopy will directly couple with that one, but the shafts will not be connected. I've got to move the shaft actually out of the way. Well, it wants to go this way around, so the air comes out of this end. I'll be taking this tube thing off, and they'll be directly coupled together. So the object is to see how effective the centrifugal fans are at driving this turbine on the other end. So they're going to be directly coupled. You know, these tubes will fit together. They're exactly the same if you look. You know, they're the same diameter and the interface, so they'll fit together. But yeah, I'm going to have to move my drive shaft along a bit. I was doing some tests today with it, just spinning it by hand. It runs really nice, as you can see. Runs freely. This blade needs to be further forward though, but there's a bit of a gap there. I don't suppose it really matters, to be honest with you, because the air can only really get through there. I mean, there is a gap, it could go around, I suppose, so I need to move this forward a bit, or I'm going to put, or I could put a ring, a ceiling ring around there. I've got, actually I might design that in this, I've got a little bit of 3D printed material left, a tiny amount, not enough to print a whole canopy, but I could print some rings that go around on the inside of here to guide that air through, because you see this one's got a bearing in the end, right, like this one. So it's got a bearing socket for where I can put the bearings. So just like this one has got a bearing on the back, right, just there. So there's actually a bearing at the front as well. And because of that bearing, it's actually caused this fan to be set further back. So yeah, I'll have to compensate for that. Adding some rings around the inside, it shouldn't take much of a material. I've only got a small amount of 3D print material left, and not enough to do a large job. Anyway, so I just thought I'd update you on what's going on. What I need to do ideally is to reposition these shafts so that they don't stick all the way out, so that I can clip these two together without the shafts interfering with each other. it's really an experiment in transferring energy from one to the other, and I'm hoping that the turbine will actually, because this uses compression, because centrifugal forces compress the air. This actually runs faster when it's under a load, so this will actually do less work when it's under a load, right? So the air comes out, but the turbine is driven, and as it's driving the turbine, and as there's a load on the turbine, there should, in theory, be less work being done on the centrifugal side. Anyway, that's what I'm hoping for. That's the reason why I've been angling my. I've been getting these gaps as small as possible. The actual gaps between the turbine, the little fins, is about 1.8 millimeters on each one. So it's pretty small gap, really. That's the bottom, so it kind of looks a bit gross, but I've been acetoning it, so the fibres are pretty well stuck together now. And I've just been spinning these up actually on a motor. I spun this up pretty fast, and it didn't fly apart, so that's a good sign. Very good sign. But this one looks a lot better because I didn't squirt acetone directly on it. I put it in the acetone gas. This is the difference you get. This is treated with the acetone gas by submerging an atmosphere of acetone, and that one I squirted it directly on it, and you can see it makes such a mess because it's got impurities in it. You see, there's something in this acetone. I put it in a perfume bottle actually, so I don't. Yeah, so it's sealed and doesn't go everywhere, and I can spray it on. You see, so I prefer the acetone gas treatment, which is this one, compared to the spraying it on. It looks a lot better, as you can see. The others I did with the gas, but I didn't use as much on this one. So yeah, the focus keeps drifting a bit. But yeah, that one didn't come out so good in the red. The red that was a bit pottly, whatever. There was some writing on there. It says rotor on there, and yeah, you can just barely make it out. Let's see about the pink one. You might be able to see that better, maybe. It says rotor. Turbine underneath. You can just about read it. Well, anyway, it's because the font's a bit small. I had to cut a piece off this shaft. I cut about, this is the amount I cut off actually. And the reason for that is this bit at the end was bent. Well, so one shaft I bought is a foot long and it's perfect, no bends in it. But the other one I got had a slight kink. Well, that's what you get with eBay. They sell rejects, don't they? So you'll get, every now and then you'll get something that's a bit dodgy. And I had to cut the bad bit off the end because that was definitely bent. Because when I put the bearings on this end, the whole shaft wobbled. But when I put the bearings on just slightly behind this piece, there was no wobble on the shaft at all, but except for the bit on the end. So yeah, that's why I cut that bit off. Anyway, it looks like I've sorted my black box problem out finally. So anyway, that's it for now. But it'll be next week by the time I can really finish this off. Well, I'm not really finished yet, to be honest. I mean, I've only got 3 turbines in here. I really want about 5 or 6 really. So it's going to be next week anyway before I can resume and print some more parts. So yeah, that's it for now. I think I covered everything. Yeah, don't think there's anything else really to mention. Anyway, that's it.